your two dads show. Ooh, JJ and Deacon, they're the ones in the know. Subscribe quick, the Squid Monster's on the way. Inspire with us, tomorrow's news today. Oh yeah.
News like the GOP finally sent some articles of impeachment to the Senate. Mayorkas, who's let in like 100 million illegal immigrants into the country, he's finally going to get impeached. And you know what the Senate's going to do? They're going to be like, we don't really want to do this. So we'll see what happens. We got some other news. Deke, I really want to know your opinions about Courtney Love. She ran her mouth about something, so about Taylor Swift. So I'm going to ask you about that later in the show.
Okay. All right.
I really want to know if you have opinions about Courtney Love.
Okay. All right. I've seen Hole in concert.
Have you?
Yep. Sure have. She flashed the crowd.
Oh, gross. Listen, Grammy, nobody wants to see that.
This was like 25 years ago. So
even then,
I was standing on top of a building in Nashville. Hey, today is, it's a cool story. I've been to a lot of concerts. Today is, I want that shirt that says, I told Ashley to order it for me the other day. It says, I may be old, but I got to see all the cool bands or something.
That's pretty good, actually.
Today, JJ, is National Haiku Poetry Day.
No, is it?
Yeah.
I didn't.
I wrote,
if you
do you know what a haiku? For those of you who may not understand, you all do, but for those wandering liberals that have come into our show, it's 575. You like that?
Hey, Joey.
That's what I should have named you, JJ
Oh.
Hart, and no one would have ever got it, but Joey.
Oh, JJ Cool. I have never been called cool in my entire life. not even by my wife.
Hey, since it's funny that you brought up cool, because we're talking about haikus, and there's nothing cooler than writing haikus. No, I do this thing on the radio, and it's National Haiku Day, so I wrote a haiku for us.
Okay. You literally dropped this on me now. You didn't give me any time to come up with one either.
Nope.
No.
I sure didn't. No.
All right.
Okay. You had time. A haiku.
Man. All right.
About our show, Your Two Dads. Yeah. Dads' voices so kind. Podcast beams with good tidings. Joy in each word finds.
It's not so bad. No. It kind of rhymes too. It kind of rhymes, even though haiku's not supposed to.
I didn't write. I'm getting AI to do it.
That's what I was getting. I got tricked. I got AI tricked again.
Yeah. We can do haikus all day long. So I'm going to do haikus. If you will just give me 2 topics, I will do a haiku for you.
You know, it's okay. Look, you're going to be totally shocked by this, Deke, but I'm not a poetry guy.
I'm not shocked on that one. Dad's voices soothe, wise. Podcast beams with joyful news. Hope blooms in their words.
Yes, that's right. Powerful. That's not bad. Powerful. Post that into the chat. So people can admire the poetry in writ form.
In Shakespeare.
I always thought that like there has to be something. There has to be. We'll post it in our chat on the show. Co-host.
I'm trying to get you to go over to our Discord.
Yeah, our Discord server. Yeah, right. Here. You know what? You posted it on our Discord server, and our robot did it for you. There you go.
Good. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So good morning. Tell me about this story that I don't really care about this morning. So
I know. Look. There's stuff that's happening today. I think. Well, what's Wednesday? So Donald Trump has been in court now for a couple of days, and his judge is a
couple decades. You mean? You said days,
right? No kidding.
For a couple decades. You mean?
Yeah. His judge is I think a New York Supreme Court justice, like from the state. Trump has a Supreme Court hearing. Also, his case is also being held at the United States Supreme Court, and the New York Supreme Court was like, you can't go to that. You have to be here every single day. Well, I think he has a day off today or something like that. But I mean, it's just going to be great press because, the headline's going to run like Trump arrested for attending Supreme Court hearing or you know what I mean? Like he's going to get good press out of this no matter what.
While this is going on, I would like to just, every year on my radio station on April the 1st, I always say, I've been doing radio 30 years. I used to play April Fool's jokes on the radio. So I warn people, if something seems odd today on the radio, remember it's April 1st. So I want to do basically the same thing for you here. While this circus sideshow is going on,
right,
you need to pay attention to what they're doing in the back of the tent. All right. You need
what are they going to do? Try to fund a war with Iran or something? What are they going to do? Try to blow up another country?
I'm just saying, when a magician is trying to make an elephant disappear, you're really not paying attention to him leading the elephant off with a bucket of peanuts when there's a half-naked girl dancing and twirling on stage. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And you talk about these this distraction. It's kind of an analog of what's going on. It's not exactly descriptive, but you talk about this phrasing of it. I use
that analogy. Yeah. I like to use that analogy.
Have you thought of this sometimes? Like you have like the deep state, whatever that means, the bureaucratic state, the political actors, people kind of behind the scenes trying to do one thing while distracting the public. And they're trying to use Donald Trump perhaps as a distraction. And you also have Donald Trump, who is a master manipulator, master persuader, who is also trying to distract. Trump. So we have like, it's not like there's like one game being played. There's multiple people playing multiple games.
Exactly. You're exactly right. It's the squid monster. It's a squid monster. That's why we call it the squid monster, is because it's got a million different tentacles. You can't just cut off one.
I mean, kind of like the big battle, though, is that the squid monster is struggling against Donald Trump. And Donald Trump is just like, like whatever he does, he's going to get publicity. He's getting it support. He's getting it funding.
And just like the squid and the octopus, every tentacle has its own brain.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So
wait, is that true? That's crazy.
Yeah, can those? It's crazy. Octopus, I believe, are aliens from another planet that crashed landed here and have been in the sea.
The good news is we found alien life.
Freaking smart, dude.
Dude, you can put an octopus in a jar and it can get out. You can put it in a jar
and experiments that they've done with the octopus. They are unbelievably. Octopus are smarter than some people I know, dude. I'm serious.
Well, I know, but you also know some people that are here. I'll put a little guy up there for you. Okay. Sorry, little friend. Buddy. Anyway, so while that's going on, and like there's not a lot to say about it yet because there's not any interesting rulings and stuff like that other than the judge is being a penis face.
Poopy pants.
Yeah. We also have this, I put this clip into the Discord server the other day of Mayorkas testifying, but I mean, the guy is, you know what, I'm going to play it. I know it's a little bit boring, but I'm going to play it. Let me pull the Discord up. Because when I saw this clip and I was like, this guy's a total, he just won't answer a question.
He's a total Willie Johnson.
I'm trying to, I am honestly, listen, we made a resolution, Deke. We made a resolution and I am trying so hard to not cuss. Here, this is I don't know. I think this was like 2 days ago. Let me know if it's too loud. Let me play this.
Earlier in this hearing.
Just a yes or no is fine. Is the border secure, Mr. Secretary, today?
With the authorities and the funding that we have, it is as secure as it can be.
That's
we all know that this is not a budget issue, that it's a policy issue. Is a terrorist attack inside the United States of America imminent?
Let me assure you, Congressman, that the safety and security of the American people is our highest priority.
Is it imminent?
Not really the question I asked.
Is a terror attack on the homeland of the United States of America imminent today?
Let me assure you that we remain vigilant.
Do you brief the?
Okay, let me just say,
Don't you
this
just
is
wanna
the
slap people sometimes?
this is the director or the Secretary of Homeland Security, whatever is. Yeah, DHS Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas testifying before the House Homeland Security Committee. It's the committee that the people, you, the people, have elected representatives. This is the committee that has jurisdiction over the executive branch. It has jurisdiction over this dipshit, and he just will not answer a yes or no question.
I hate to say this, but it seems like we have regressed back to the point to where
it goes on like this for 5 minutes.
There needs to be some repercussions for not answering the questions like that. There needs to be, because back in the day, I can tell you what would have happened back in the day. Yo, is there an imminent threat? Bullshit, bullcrap, answer. Is there an imminent threat? Bullcrap, answer. Throw his butt in the dungeon until you decide to give me the answer to the question that I asked. So bye-bye.
Yeah.
See you later.
I mean,
and I'm not saying throw him in jail. I'm saying there were consequences to not answering. And if we're going to act like a freaking monarchy over here in the United States, then I guess we're going to have to start putting people in the oubliette until they answer the freaking question.
I mean, this goes on for 5 minutes. This guy's like, are there people on the terror watch list that are in the country? If people are on the terror watch list and we make a determination, then we detain them. That's not the question I asked you. I asked you if there's people here. Are we in danger right now? Have you let millions of people
answer because the answer is obvious.
And it's not mismanagement. It's not like, oh, I kind of messed my job up. I don't want to get caught. No, he's doing his job. He's doing exactly what Joe Biden wants him to do, which is just let in millions of people and don't scream and beg for more money. Please, we don't have enough money to secure the border, Congress. We spent hundreds of billions of dollars on Ukraine and Israel or whatever, and we need
transporting all these illegal immigrants across the country.
The plane tickets alone.
We spent so much money just transporting these illegal immigrants over to the sanctuary cities. Sanctuary cities. Isn't that a nice word? Sanctuary. Yeah. I'm sure they use another adjective for the word city. But we call it sanctuary because that's a nice, peaceful word, and it makes you feel all safe.
In 2018, 2019, whatever, when Donald Trump was president and he was saying, I'm going to build the wall, we're going to build the wall, and he was finding funding to build the wall, he asked Congress for only $6 billion to build the entire wall for the entire country. $6 billion, a lot of money.
Nancy, Nancy, I remember Nancy.
She wouldn't give him an inch.
What was the Arizona guy?
Chuck Schumer.
Name? No, what was the other one?
From Arizona?
I think he was from Arizona.
Senator Kelly?
No, it was Nancy's buddy. I used to hate both of them, and I can't remember his damn name now. Anyway, they threw a fit about that $6 million or whatever.
Yeah, $6 billion.
$6 billion. They threw a fit about it.
But we have spent literally, you can't even count the billions we've spent on Israel, on Ukraine, on who knows what.
100 billion, over 100 billion. Ukraine so far.
We could have solved this money for pocket change. But they won't do it. And why? Why won't they do it?
And people will still argue that Joe Biden and I'm voting Democrat and I'm doing this. So, I mean, you dig your grave. I just don't want to be taken down into your grave with you. I don't want to be taken down into your hole with you.
I wanted to play that clip so you got a kind of sense of this guy, Mayorkas. So here's the story today. The House GOP finally sends the articles of impeachment against Mayorkas to Senate. These articles of impeachment were voted on like a week ago or something. But they, once they're voted on, they have to be delivered to the Senate. And then it's up to the Senate to take them up. And they're supposed to. Now, we'll see what they actually do, because we have kind of a divided Senate. And you're not going to get like a conviction against Mayorkas probably. But the way it's supposed to go is if articles of impeachment are filed, then that becomes the top priority. And they have to resolve that before anything else. And to resolve it, the Senate is to hold a trial. The House is effectively is a prosecutor that says they did something wrong, and now the Senate is to do a trial. Okay, well, we do a trial. You have the House present a prosecutorial argument against Mayorkas for failing to do his job, and then Mayorkas and the Biden administration will present a defense, and then the Senate will vote. Right? That's the idea, and you would think that it would be voted on the facts and it would be voted on merit. Of course not. It's not going to be that, because that's not how anything actually works. So it's going to be entirely about power manipulations. And as long as we have a divided Senate or a Democrat-controlled Senate, he's not going to get convicted. But it is sort of a black mark publicly that he has been impeached. But for all intents and purposes, it's probably not going to go anywhere. So the House leadership has delivered the articles of impeachment against Alejandro Mayorkas Tuesday afternoon. The articles have been a long time coming. Let's see. It is alleged in the documents that Mayorkas repeatedly violated laws enacted by Congress regarding immigration and border security, and made false statements to Congress saying that the border was safe and secure. So when Mayorkas was impeached in the House, he released a statement saying, "I assure you that your false allegations do not rattle me and do not divert me from the law enforcement and broader public service mission, which I've devoted most of my career and to which I remain devoted." Yeah, basically, it don't matter what you say. I love this guy. This is John Kerry. What is he going to say? Please say something.
The Senate has the responsibility to hold this trial.
I love this.
And everybody in this body knows it. Yet my Senate Democratic colleagues seem willing to forfeit our constitutional authority in order to bury the evidence of how bad the border crisis is. Now, I, for one, want to hear the House's evidence. And Senate Republicans are offering our colleagues across the aisle, all of whom I respect, by the way, a menu of options for how to hear that evidence and listen to Secretary Mayorkas' defense without eroding democratic institutions. If Democrats set a new precedent by making an impeachment trial impossible, as I'm afraid they're going to try to do, they will be silencing the voices of the Americans who elected them, and they will have to own the decisions that they will be making and bear the consequences tomorrow. And tomorrow may come sooner than they can imagine.
Let me tell you
this
something.
guy.
Let me tell you something I have learned in life. If there is an older person with a Southern drawl and they have jowls, they're old to where they have jowls. Yeah, I've learned this in 47 years. You probably want to listen to every damn word they say, because they are speaking the truth. If they have a Southern drawl and they have jowls that hang down, they talk kind of like this, then you probably need to listen to it. They might not speak them old fancy words like y'all do, but you need to listen to the lessons.
I think I called him the wrong name. That's Senator John Kennedy, and he's from I said Kerry, Kennedy, and he's from Louisiana. And if you are not paying attention, you'll think that he's just a simple simpleton.
Dumb old country boy, talk slow.
But I mean, you get stuck across from him at the table, and I promise you were going to look like an effing idiot. You're going to look like a moron. He is so good.
There's that line in that movie, that Reese Witherspoon movie, Sweet Home Alabama. I don't remember the guy's name, the male lead in that movie, but he says something like, I can't remember the line now. It's something like, "Just because I talk slow don't mean I am slow," is what he says to that New Yorker. Just because I talk slow don't mean I am slow.
Right. I'm getting made fun of by Do Good. Straight from Men in Black. Bleep. Yeah. All right.
Did you see? Okay. After that, I want to add Dave's haiku. Knock knock.
Oh.
Who's there? Haiku. Unsuspecting son. Dad waiting with bated breath. That's perfect trap. That's a great one. And then Joey says, Jowie says he has some blazing letters. Yes, John Kennedy does. He's great, man.
Oh, I was supposed to drop the link for Dave today. Sorry about that, Dave. He'll be here tomorrow. He's camping on Friday, so he's gonna hang out with us tomorrow. Okay. He's in about 5 minutes or something like that. He's got people coming in his office, so it's too late to get to him now. Oh, we got a big update on the NPR story, Deke, and I know. Don't stop me. I know that you're very interested in this story. Now,
actually, I mean, I'm a radio guy, so I actually try to pay attention to what NPR is doing because there's trickle over effects.
Oh yeah,
I've seen that happen, and I mean, we are under public radio. I mean, we are under FCC policy,
right?
I'm one of those old school DJs that pays attention to that crap. These other people, I call them on-air personalities. In the 90s, we went from disc jockeys to on-air personalities. So if you turn it over to your radio, you've got an on-air personality. Well, I have a personality and I'm on the air, but I am a disc jockey. I'm an old school DJ. So I have to
play music,
stuff like that. I know FCC rules. You go to any of these stations and go into the studio and ask the freaking DJ or the on-air personality certain FCC rules that they should know, and they don't know them anymore. So I try to do. So I am interested in NPR.
Okay, all right. So
long story, rabbit.
Yeah. To recount. Yuri Berliner posted an article critical of the NPR and how they have. He took a survey of the editors at their Washington office and determined shockingly
99% of them were
100%, 87 to 0 were liberal Democrats, and he was like, "Don't you guys see that this is like a problem that you don't actually have like diversity of opinion and thought, and that you can like actually understand the stories that you're writing about because like you're all on one team," and the people there were like, "Huh, well that's weird. Well, that's no big deal." And he was like, "No, it is a major deal. This is an NPR. This is the Washington office. This is the center of political power in the United States, and you're all on one team. You don't think that's a problem? We are all on one team," because he's also a liberal. He's not like a conservative. So he wrote this article. He was like, "This is kind of messed up. We probably should do something about it." And then we had a statement from the new CEO of NPR, and she was like, "It is hurtful for you to say that we are not going to do our jobs with integrity. You got hurt it's not right for you to say that."
No, it is, because we have proof over the past decade and 15 years or so that you have been doing it. Anyone that listens to any freaking news program just turn it over in midday and listen to one of the news programs and just listen for 5 minutes and tell me if they lean liberal or conservative. I'm not even exaggerating on this. The only time I listen to NPR is it's on my college radio station. They're 100,000 watt radio station, so they go forever, and it's very clear. And at night they play classical and jazz and world music and stuff like that.
Right.
Let me tell you, if you are an NPR conservative listener, you have an open mind. I will give you that. I don't know why you do that to yourself, but you have an open mind. But when the donations stop, this is a prime example of how small things could get this done. If donations were cut 50% at my local college radio stations that runs NPR, and that happened to 30% of all radio stations that ran the NPR stuff, that would send a major, major wave. that would really, because all these radio stations that get this funding that keep them on the air, they're now not getting the funding to keep them on the air because of what their programming is. So what I would do as a good program director, I would start trying to brainstorm ways to change our program. What other options do I have besides NPR? What other things do I have that will give me a more, unbiased opinion? And that is just from my programming perspective. Right. And if that happened at 30% of the little radio stations that carried this NPR stuff, I think it would cause, them to actually set up and notice a lot more.
Maybe. Okay, so the statement the CEO made, and Dugood, I see your comment here. Dugood says he uses NPR all the time, and they have downloads and transcripts, so it's good for citations and work in school.
Oh yeah, I can imagine that. Yeah, I bet it is. But what you're getting citations and transcripts from is from one side, one view, one view.
I don't know what kind of work you do good. There's this is a segue now. There is not a segue. It's off the rail. There's you can do language analysis. So I did this in political science. We would take, lots of historical articles about stories of political figures, and you can do semantic analysis of the words used, the kind of language used. And I know for sure if you ran semantic analysis on NPR stories, you would find instead of like illegal aliens, you would find like immigrants or migrant workers and things like that. Where the stuff, the kind of stuff that
I'm going to go to. I'm just going.
Well, you look that up, and I'm gonna finish this. Okay, so here, so we had the statement from the CEO. Okay, and now, as they say, actions are louder than words. So NPR, who's hurt that Yuri would accuse them of not having integrity and dignity and diversity of thought, they scolded him and they said that hurt our feelings. But what did they actually do, Deke? I'll tell you what they actually do. NPR suspends senior editor for 5 days after publishing a critical op-ed. Yeah, this is NPR, and if you talk bad about us, you're just gonna not get your check this week. This is reprisal. Why they would do something like this? NPR reportedly, I mean, if you're gonna purport to be a journalistic enterprise, that especially one that reflects the diverse opinion of Americana, then and one of your own says, "Hey, we're not really diverse enough." Obviously, the thing to do is to send him home. And you can't say anything for a week. Cited Berliner's failure to receive approval for publishing outside the network when issuing their official suspension. So you didn't get a permission slip to write that free article, sir. No, you work for us. Yeah.
I got you one.
Yeah, you got.
If you go to NPR and just click on the little news and go down to politics, this is one of the first stories that come up. It was updated April 15th, 2024 at 5:04 p.m. Eastern.
All right.
Trump's criminal trial, a first for former president, has begun in New York. Okay?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You could have gotten the same. Trump's trial begins in New York.
Right.
Or if you wanted to keep that criminal, but that's one of the keywords. So let's just go down and read the first sentence. Jury selection began Monday in Manhattan criminal court for Donald Trump's hush money trial.
The
first time in U.S. history a former president is being tried on criminal charges. And that's understandable. That's a fact. That's not I guess. More than half the prospective jurors in the first panel of 96 say they could not be fair and impartial. Where was the other one? Right here. The third paragraph. An 18-person jury selection is expected to take several days, and the trial is expected to last 6 weeks. Even as Trump, the presumptive Republican nominee, campaigns to be president once again.
Mm-hmm.
Those words are unnecessary. That's unnecessary. It could have said, even as Trump, the Republican nominee, campaigns to be president once again. The presumptive Republican nominee.
So it's presumptive because there hasn't been a a convention yet. The convention's in the summer where they will formally elect him as the nominee. Right. But you know what they didn't have to do? They didn't have to say hush money trial, but hush money trial is shorthand for what this entire case is about, right? Hush money trial. The case is
hush money.
Yeah, the allegation is that Trump paid Michael Cohen his legal retainer, but that was actually secretly hush money that Cohen was supposed to pay Stormy Daniels to keep her trap shut about something that never actually happened. So according to her, she said that that didn't actually happen. But so the hush money trial is the trial. The thing he's being charged with is not giving Stormy Daniels money. It's about diverting campaign funds to somebody to keep them quiet, an illegal use of campaign funds. But that's not what happened. What happened was that Michael Cohen was his lawyer and he had a retainer. So he paid his retainer. Michael Cohen, for whatever reason, paid Stormy Daniels like $100,000 or something like that. Paid her off for who knows what. I don't know. Michael Cohen, a convicted a perjurer and liar who spent time in federal prison for lying. He's a star witness for the case. This entire case is a sham.
Give everyone a chance, JJ.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like,
you can't judge someone like
you can judge people.
Yeah.
I can. I'm allowed to
every day. Since we talked about this, I want to bring up this story real quick because we don't have a lot of time left because today's my short day.
Oh yeah.
Ohio GOP leaders reject Democrats' plan to get President Joe Biden on the November ballot. They say that because the
paperwork, bud.
Yeah, they didn't file the paperwork, but they say they're going to do all this legal crap, and they're not worried about it. But they're like, oh, you need to be worried about it, and it's happening not in just Ohio, but it's like 2 other states as well. I don't remember the other 2 states. But they're saying they're not worried about it. But you know what? You tried to get the guy off the ballot. So, I mean, we're just following the rules, dude. We're just following the rules.
Made the rules. Whatever. Hey, I got something. Do you know those memes that you see on the internet where it's like how it started, how it's going? You ever seen that kind of stuff? It's kind of funny. There's sort of a video clip that's basically like that. You might call it instant karma. I'm gonna play a couple of little short clips here about an Indian activist. Let me see. Let me pull this one. Hold on. Let's go with this. Oops, wrong sign. Check this out. She's an activist. She's before, I think it's Bakersville, like city council. Got something to say.
You guys want to criminalize us with metal detectors? We'll see you at your house. We'll murder you.
Oh, yeah. This is her like a few minutes later. She said, we will, she threatened to murder the city council. Here it is, a different angle of it.
This is what happens when you don't pay attention in school, and all you know is that America has free speech. This is what happens when you don't pay attention to and you just read the headline.
Here
America has free speech.
Free speech does not mean you get to free speech does not mean you get to threaten the lives of other people.
I remind you that these holidays that we practice, that other people in the global south practice, believe in violent revolution against their oppressors. And I hope one day somebody brings the guillotine and kills all of you motherfuckers. Regardless of whether you elect people into office, they'll backstab you, they'll let you die. And for that reason, you guys want to criminalize us with metal detectors? We'll see you at your house. We'll murder you.
Okay, hold on, wait.
Next speaker, please.
Lance, she walks right up here.
Followed by Kev.
And is basically
Valeria.
Arrested right there.
And escort you out and take care of that.
Yeah. So
I remind you that these holidays that we practice, that.
Anyway, so that there is a young woman whose dad never whooped her butt.
Okay.
I mean, really, that's what that is.
Yeah. You wanted to bring up the Courtney Love stuff, and I've got a couple weird stories. So bring that one up. I wanted to hear about that one.
Yeah. Okay. So This is super important news. We got him hooked in with this intriguing political, violent talk, and now we're going to talk about Tay-Tay. Courtney Love defies Taylor Swift hype. She's not an interesting artist, Courtney Love says. Now, there was a recent interview in some magazine or whatever, and Courtney Love said, Taylor is not important. She might be a safe space for girls, and she's probably the Madonna of now, but she's not an interesting artist. And I don't like her, and she doesn't like me. Let's see. There was something else she said here. Courtney Love. People used to say that I was so difficult. They said I was disagreeable. Yes, I am completely disagreeable, but I'm never going to apologize for that. I always wanted to be known as a biznitch. Being liked was never my thing. Kurt Cobain wanted to be liked, but not me. He was able to hide behind me, but then I got hated. Then Kurt died, and the hatred towards me reached a completely new level. I did not plan for that. So, all right. What
you want to know my honest thoughts as a music? She's not wrong.
That Taylor's not important?
Yeah, that and about everything.
Okay.
My view on Courtney Love has flip-flopped so many times, flip-flopped over the years, that I know what I know now and what I know, I think that she was just she was thrown into that that scene and did not know how to cope with it like so many people.
But it's been like 40 years. She still ain't learned how to cope with it.
No, it's not that now. That was at the time. Now,
okay,
she's trying to tell you in her very blunt way that not a lot of people get. They don't like blunt people, and she doesn't care about your feelings. She will say this crap and this and this and this, and a lot of people. And everybody loves Taylor Swift, and she is a good songwriter. She's a good singer. She's got a great team that can come up with ideas and stuff for her. Absolutely, her marketing genius. If some of this stuff is for her, but is she an interesting artist? That's debatable because I think Fish is an interesting artist, and my ex-wife thought it was noise. 4 people getting up on stage making noise.
So here's my reaction about this, because let me tell you, I don't care about Courtney Love or Taylor Swift.
When Hole was a good band back in the day, I liked their music in the 90s, but I haven't paid attention to Courtney Love.
One album that I even noticed, and that was because it was on MTV Play, and that was coattailing off of a
song that played on MTV.
Yeah. Celebrity Skin. So for me, I read this and I'm like, why is she even talking about this? Because like, is it Courtney Love wants attention? Is that what it is? Because she got none and she's old.
She had to have been on. I mean, I hadn't read the article. I didn't even open the article. But was she on something recently?
And it was some interview. Somebody interviewed her for something. So is it that for Courtney Love to say that Taylor Swift is not an interesting artist? My mind thinks, oh, so you think you are an interesting artist, and so you have an opinion of Taylor Swift, but Courtney Love hasn't made anything ever. So where does she get this opinion?
Who? Courtney Love?
I mean, she made like one album, whatever.
No, they have many albums, and they toured for many years, and she is a very good musician and songwriter. She really is. I mean, she really is. You might not like her stuff, and you don't know it, but she does. She is. She talks about her beef with Madonna. She says, I don't like her and she doesn't like me. I love Desperately Seeking Susan, but for the city of New York as much as her. And as for Lana Del Rey, I haven't liked Lana since she covered a John Denver song, and I think she should really take 7 years off. Love was promoting her recently launched BBC radio series called Courtney Loves Women. She shares music by female artists who have inspired her through her life. Oh, that's cool.
Sounds
and that's completely fine with me. I don't care.
All right. I just like I have an opinion.
Yeah.
Did Courtney Love kill Kurt Cobain?
Wait a minute. She says, no, she didn't kill him. Okay, there's where she's talking about. Then Kurt died, and the hatred for me reached. I'm all for taking my wiener out on stage like Jim Morrison did. If I had a wiener and I was drunk enough, I would have totally taken it out just like Jim. She did. She flashed us at that concert. So. Jim Morrison, though, if you don't know, Jim Morrison at the Doors was told he was being lewd down at what was it, Whiskey A Go-Go Club, and he did something, and they like walked up on stage in the middle of the song, those Alabama police or whatever, and completely just arrested him right there on stage, and it became like a huge freaking. That was.
I mean, break a little law and make a lot of news, sell a lot of albums. All right, well, look. Courtney Love, kind of an old lady.
You want me to do next week whole songs? Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're asking?
Definitely not.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. I just thought it was funny that she thinks that she can have an opinion as that somebody's interesting. I don't know. I don't know.
Everybody's got an opinion.
Yeah. I know, but she's famous, so her opinion should okay. Fair enough.
We've got a podcast too.
No, I'm wrong.
Hey, what is the likelihood of you sitting in your house watching TV with your family and a piece of the International Space Station flies through your roof?
God, that's got to be nearly zero, right? It's got to be.
Yeah.
Wow, the big piece. That's.
A 1.6-pound metal object that should have burned up in Earth's atmosphere recently crashed into a Florida home. And they say it did indeed come from the International Space Station. They analyzed the object that tore through the roof and 2 floors of a house in Naples on March the 8th. And they said that it came from a cargo pallet of aging batteries that was released from the ISS back in 2021. It was a support component used to mount the batteries on the 5,800-pound pallet released from the space station to burn up in the atmosphere. So that's it. That's it being held in the hand there.
Oh, wow.
But that sucker tore through the roof, and if that were to hit you, you would have exploded. Your head would have
you'd definitely be dead. I mean, because it's not coming down at
5 miles.
No, it's coming down at a crazy fast speed. Man, that's nuts.
Would it be? I guess it would hit the terminal velocity speed, wouldn't it? But I mean, is there terminal velocity in space?
Well, okay. So something dropped.
There's not terminal velocity.
Something dropped from the space station or wherever is going to continue accelerating as it comes towards the Earth because you fall at like 32 feet per second or whatever. But
you hit a point to where you stop accelerating,
right?
And that's called terminal velocity.
But once you hit the atmosphere, you also start melting. So. Because of friction.
Well, that's what I was.
So I guess it is coming in at terminal velocity.
That's 1.6 pounds coming in at terminal velocity. That's pretty.
Make a boom, big old boom.
Kaboom, a big old boom. Okay, I have one more story for you. It's an AI story. Do you want to hit your AI?
Oh yeah. Just wonder why. Yeah.
We're gonna have to go.
Yeah.
Hit it, Fred.
Beep, bop, boop. This is AI.
Well, we got gypped out on that. All I got was a bop boop.
Oh yeah, restream. You know what I mean? I know.
Oh well, okay. JJ, I got something you can buy me for Christmas.
What the hell is that?
It's limitless. This is a new AI tool for your meetings and an all-hearing wearable gadget. I'm going to explain this to you really quickly. This company has made this tool, this program that you can download for your computer, and it basically AI monitors all of your like Zoom meetings and stuff and records everything so that you can go back to AI and say, what did Tom say in the meeting Thursday about that new app that he was using? And it will bring up the information. This is the same thing, except it's wearable. You can wear it. It's a listening device. It listens for $20 a month. You pay, it stores, and you can go back. We could be wearing it on the show every day. And I could go, when you say, do you remember that story that we read back in March about the girl? And I could go, no. I could essentially go, what was the story that JJ said
right
back in March? And the AI would tell me the freaking, oh, that story was this, because it's constantly listening to you. So it can listen to you in the park. It can listen to you at
Hold
your
on.
meetings.
Wait, I got it.
It's called the Limitless Pendant.
What is the guy's name? The guy that owns the company there? Is Dan Siroker?
Sioker.
Yeah.
Siroker.
Let's see. Let me ask AI.
The computer program is called Rewind. If you wanted to look for the computer program that does that for your meetings and stuff like that. But they were initially going to call the pendant the Rewind pendant, but it's Limitless pendant. And yes, it says right there in this right up top, it's like if you in case you're wondering, yes, it's very much a reference to the movie.
What movie?
Is what it says, right? Limitless.
Oh, right. Okay.
So I thought you would there it is, the little thing.
So so here's my first question. Did Dan Siroker, the president of this company, did he ever work for the NSA? That's my first question.
I don't
know. Because I mean, like, you know, this is immediately going to be tapped into by the squid monster. And be like, you guys are recording yourselves for us. We'll just tap into that feed on the backside there. This is great. Good job.
All right.
Good job, Dan.
That's all I got, man. I got some music.
Yeah. What's our music?
You're going to like this one. Oh, I didn't put it in the thing yet. Will you remind everybody to like and subscribe here real quick?
Oh, yeah. If you guys haven't already, please reach down, do a tremendous amount of effort and scroll the screen just like 1/2 centimeter and push the like button. And you can come over here and visit us on Discord, hang out with us. Have some comments. You can have comments. Whatever.
Okay. So your song of the day today is we're doing the Fallout, the old songs from the Fallout series.
Yes.
And I've got one today and a bonus one from you.
All right.
This one today is a old blues musician that died very, very poor and was only rediscovered in the 60s. His name is Blind Willie Johnson.
Okay.
And he recorded 5 albums, but it didn't get a lot of play back in the day.
Oh.
The song from the Fallout game series is Nobody's Fault But Mine. But I wanted to add this other one, Dark Was the Night, Cold Was the Ground by Blind Willie Johnson. It is so freaking hauntingly beautiful. Blind Willie Johnson was blinded as a kid. His father confronted his mother for cheating, for having an affair. And she, in the altercation, she threw a bottle of a lime mixture, and it got on his face as he was like 8 or 9 years old, and it blinded him.
Oh, wow.
So he only recorded like 5 albums in the late 20s, early 30s, and he eventually became a preacher and an evangelist.
Oh, wow.
And that's how he ended his life. But like or that's how he died. He didn't end his life, but that's how he died. So it's really cool. He's got a really cool voice in this Nobody's Fault But Mine when he comes in. It don't come in there like this, man. And then, man, it's great.
Oh, I like it. It's old enough that we could probably play it, but we ain't got time for that.
We could probably play a little bit of
it.
All
right.
Yeah, you know what? We could probably play the beginning
of it. Play some of it.
Let me play the beginning of it, see if it...
What's the could happen? What am I going to get? A strike on YouTube?
You can't hear that, can you?
No.
It'll take me a minute.
I liked it. I like this stuff. This kind of blues.
That dark was the night, cold was the ground. That one he doesn't really sing. He kind of
yeah.
And man, it is really, really freaking good. If you give me about 30 seconds here, I'll have it ready for you to where you can do it. The computer's just running slow this morning. Oh, I can't. We got to do the. We got to do the jokes. Let's do jokes.
Okay.
Here, my first one.
Right.
I'll do the first one. What did one butt cheek say to the other butt cheek?
I don't know.
Together we can stop this crap.
Oh my God. What did the baker say when he lost the Ugh. What did the baker say when he found the dough that he lost?
I don't know.
That's just what I needed.
Yeah.
All
right, I gotta go.
All right, bye, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Talking heads lying left and right. You can help us bring facts into the light. Don't let your daughter lose her next swim meet to a psychopath dude with fake teeth. Tuning now to your